Now, listen, you guys, it seems like Jatavia decided to bring the occasions, okay? And I guess this is what the Transformer was trying to distract us from because that girl came in swinging, okay? We're going to be talking about City Cinderella, the album, and all the works, as well as Nicki Minaj dropping Merch, as well as this girl who ate the behind out of the Transformer. Now these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about in this video. Hello tea lovers and welcome to the tea plug. I trust you guys are doing well and I trust you are doing great. Personally, I am doing great, you guys. I am doing extremely amazing, and without further ado, let us dive straight into today's tea. So first of all, let us talk about Jatavia and how she came out, swinging. She literally came out swinging. City Cinderella has dropped, and oh my goodness, the lyricism is on another level. I was pleasantly surprised, and yeah, let us get straight into the workings. Now, first of all, there is obviously that working that she previewed in the documentary, where she was talking about prison pens and where she was basically telling the Transformer that her time is up. Okay, it seems like there are actually more workings, you guys, in that entire mixtape. She said, "I was off in sex and Gucci alligator bags while you was laying on your back and stuffing bottles off your behind." Guys, Jatavia did not come to play, and I understand why the Transformer was trying to distract us with all these rants and stuff like that, but I'm just like, wow. You guys, you do know that, well, the Transformer formerly obviously was a stripper, and the Transformer was out there trying to sun Jatavia, and JT was like, listen, you're not going to play with me. I will check the behind out of you. I've been wearing designer when you still had when you were still laying on your back and shoving bottles in your behind, okay? And then she also said that she made my fashion drip better, and he cheating while she on Twitter. Somebody give her some Nyquil and her music ain't charting and she's bitter. And the fact that, well, this actually dropped when she was being bitter all day on Twitter. She's been bitter on Twitter the entire day. Okay. So obviously that hits harder now that it came out after this happened. And that was not all, you guys. She said, I'm gripping the Uzi and let the bee get out of character. I'ma take off a set. She said, I'm gonna take off a set. This girl is a writer. This girl's penmanship I'm beginning to respect. And she also went ahead and said that I got on stuff that you can't pronounce. Let me spell. And then she said, wait, let me spell it out. No, you guys, I understand now why the girl had to go on a rant because JT did not come to play. Oh my God. Let me know, you guys, in the comment section. Did I miss out some other workings? Because I only listened to the album once. I am here to go back again and listen to it because I always like to listen to an album at least 3 or 4 times the day that it actually comes out. Take a break and then go back to listening. So let me know what are some of the iconic workings that way in the comment section, okay? Now, moving on to the contents of the album itself, I will say that she's bringing 2000 vibes, this is exactly, I hope this is what Ice Spice is for us now that she's saying that, well, it's Y2K. I hope if she's going with the Y2K, this is the kind of vibe she's also bringing, because I loved every bit of it. The flow, definitely flawless. The bars, like I told you, a little bit of improvement could be used there, but overall the project was amazing. It even had an intro, which I love and an outro, and I'll talk about my favorite songs on that album. Now, I loved JT coming, absolutely loved it. Oh my God, it is such a vibe. I could see myself listening to it over and over again. I also do love the one with DJ Khaled. Like, that's a combination that I did not see coming. I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And then Lemon Pepper, obviously, with Stunner Girl. Stunner Girl came in and did her thing. I was so impressed, you guys. I'm always out there saying that, well, Stunner Girl cannot rap, but I will say that, well, she slid. She really, really slid on this one. And I loved it, okay? Which other track did I love from the album? I also did love... I love Swang and DOD as well. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, which one of Jatavia's songs on the album, which one do you like and which one do you not like, and what areas do you think she could improve? Okay, that being said, by the time that I am reporting on this, it is also being reported that JT's mixtape has now entered the top 5 on US iTunes. Okay, it might have changed by the time you guys see this video, but as it now, that's exactly how it's looking. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, you guys, what you think about Jatavia's mixtape. Now, the next thing that we are going to talk about, we're going to talk about Nicki Minaj. Now, it is actually being reported that her merch, official tour merch, is going to drop on a website tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST. Now, how many of you are ready to get and cop yourself this merch? And I love the fact that Nicki Minaj is out there minding a business now with the recent happenings, of the TL. Okay, now this is what the girl was trying to distract us from JT's rollout. I know I promised you part 2 of that entire situation, but it kind of takes a long time to edit because you do know that the girl swears a lot. The girl is always cussing and stuff like that. So I really just don't want to put my channel at a risk of, getting in trouble. Okay, so I will try and filter and edit as much as I can, and then I will give you that after that. I was like, for this moment, let me just prioritize Jatavia's album. Let me not play into the antics of this woman. So yeah, the next thing that we are going to talk about, you guys, we are going to talk about DJ Akademiks. It seems like he decided to bring in some clarity about this entire situation where the Transformer was lashing at Joe Budden. And basically, in summary, what the man was saying is that, indeed, sometimes record labels do reach out to these podcasters and these critics to push their artists to put out an album. And when she talks like, oh, my label cannot do anything about it, it just goes to show you how ignorant she is as a human being. That's what she's out there displaying, because in her mind she thinks that, if a label is just looking at her and she's moving around delaying all these tactics and stuff like that, it means that they have no power to do anything to her. That's what she thinks. That's what she convinces herself. She's like, even my label does not even give me an ultimatum. Even my label does not even do this. And meanwhile, they're just going easy on you, because really, if they want to get you, they will get you. And I feel like a weakness is thinking that she's superior and better than everyone. Why do you think you're superior or better than everyone? Because you're not the best writer out there. You're not even the best reciter out there. You can't even enunciate your words. Okay, you're not even the best looking person out there. Okay, despite you claiming and bragging that you're Dominican. Okay, you still have to have like 50 surgeries to look lookable. There's no such a word as lookable, but you get what I'm saying. So why exactly does she feel like she's above everyone? She's above criticism. She's better than everyone. She can call these men and call, them all these names and stuff like that. What is this? But anyway, let me insert what Akademiks had to say, and then I'll talk about another fan who read the behind out of the Transformer. You guys, it was a bad day for her. Today was not the day for her coming at people, because they really were waiting for her.
Talking about it like ears dropping. I'm talking about the pushes the button. The who runs the shit. I'm not talking to no other knows the nigga. We don't talk to second in command, we only talk to bosses. When Joe gets his info, Joe is not talking to no peons. Now, some of the stuff you could deduce. I'm not saying he can't. But Joe is talking to the head of Atlantic. 100 million, 1,000%. They're telling him. This is why I think Cardi's rant at him is a little bit misplaced. Joe gonna be like, oh, I just guessed it. No, he didn't. Bro, Atlantic is... What you should take from what Joe is saying, Atlantic ain't gonna tell you this, Cardi, because they don't want to be frustrated. They want to talk shit. I'll give you even more examples, chat. There was a label that felt that an artist who had gotten into a relationship that was public, they felt like that relationship was getting in the way of said artist and their duties being a musician. They felt like that artist was on the way to fall off. You know what that label did? And I'm not going to say the label nor the artist. And no, it's not Carisha, because I think that's an obvious name. It's not her. The label, who profits from the artist, that they knew on a narrative level would be embarrassing for the artist being with that woman. Why? Because every time they would pull this, yo, bro, you know this is a bad look for PR wise. Like you looking like a clown, yo, bro, yo, they're telling the months he's ignoring it. He's in love. Okay, how do we get this out of love and back to doing what we need to do? Yo, Ak, here's some shit. When you post it, everybody's gonna be laughing at this. You know when everybody's laughing at him? We're gonna give him a nice call. Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I seen it, man. They're killing you on the blogs. We try to tell you. Yo, come on, man. All right, listen, yo, let's have a meet. Let's lock in. Let's figure out how to change the conversation. We're gonna get back to the music. Finally, the artist is listening. Finally. So what I'm saying is that Cardi being mad at Joe, Cardi should realize, ding dong, your label is mad at you and leaking. Guarantee, I won't say 99, 80% of the Cardi that Joe says about Cardi came directly from Atlantic. He's just not going to give up his source, and he's just not going to say it. So he's going to sound like a guy with a crystal ball. I bet that, because I guarantee they probably had meetings with Cardi and saying, when's the album coming? Yo, we have deadlines. Give us is the album coming this year? If it's going to be dropped in the fourth quarter, we need it at least by August, September. And Cardi's like, I'm not ready yet. I'll let y'all know. All right. They're trying to put some pressure on her. How they put pressure? Yo, Joe, man, this is what's going on. Blah, 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 blah. Album ain't coming this year. Look like Cardi ain't really interested in music no more. Blah, blah, blah. Joe get on his platform. I got a hunch. Cardi might not be into this. What the narrative that drives? Cardi's on Spaces now, wilding out, except her target is wrong. Joe don't gain nothing or earn nothing other than today when you mention his platform. Now everyone's going to listen to him respond to it. But he don't benefit from your career or not, whether you do drop or not. Who benefits? The label. The label leaks. Trust me, you could always rely on a label when they can't control the artist because, you know, it's like basketball. You know what I mean? Like, the players goddamn have more power than the owner, but the owner signs a check. So sometimes you got to get him in line. And this is how you do it, right? So just listen to Joe. Now I don't know Queens Flip that much. He might not be a music guy, right? So he might just be saying shit. He might just be like, "Oh man, yo, Joe, wow, you really know how to guess." Authority, like he's not gonna say she's not dropping an album if she turned in the album. They would tell her like, "Oh, the Cardi album coming soon, bro." We get heads up all the time. Like I'll tell you this now, half the time with Playboy Cardi, it comes from the label. The other half comes from him. Like half the time, who you thought gave me, remember me being on Control? Who you thought gave me that info? The label hit me. Hey, Cardi album coming, Christmas. Yo, Cardi gonna hit you too. You know what I mean? This y'all gave me 5 dates. Bruh, you can announce it. Hit Cardi coming, I'm good to go. Announce it on stream. I get called back another day. Hey, Ak, yo, because they were watching. Hey, Ak, yo, we loved your announcement. Could we use it for the album? Of course. You know what I mean? I don't even know why we are acting like labels. No, they talk to us and we talk to them. They talk to their artists, but not to hurt their artists, to help their artists. You know what I mean? Sometimes labels will leak. That happens.
I'm sure Offset wants Cardi to put out an album. Hey, fellas out there, she's just in there on top of you.
Now, I think this is where Cardi also probably thinks is like on that line. Because I remember defending Joe to Drake about hip hop opinions. You can't get, like, even if, you know, Joe's not gonna say it, which I think he's slick that way. He's smart. He looks like, if you say, well, I talked to the label and they told me this, you look like you're part of the system. Joe is the anti-establishment, whatever. He's not going to tell you that Atlantic is talking to me and feeding me some information. He's not going to tell you that. It's going to ruin a lot of the outlook that you have that he's the anti-label, anti-industry guy. Cool. But after you put out that part that she might not be putting out an album, you see this other part where you start joking about a line that Drake kind of, at least that's what he told me he drew, where he's like, yo, it's one thing you saying you don't like my album, but now you're talking about me with little girls and why am I singing to 20-year-olds? And you know what I mean? You drafting up a narrative, which now later on we get to realize Kendrick used. Yeah, that's why Drake was mad. So you know, I think some of these artists are cool with the musical opinion, even if it's sourced from wherever, even if he's not going to tell you where the source is. But if you jump a little bit, and by the way, I say that because I also do what Joe do, right? Because I'm gonna have my jokes. See, I think he's joking, right? I mean, I'm gonna get my jokes off. My jokes might be just like that, so I defend his right to do that. But they do take it a little bit, like, yo, they feel like he's playing with them. I think I get a little bit more of a leeway than Joe because I'm not an artist. Joe's an artist, so they're looking at Joe to have that empathy and to also not do certain things, right? If Vlad asks you certain questions, you expect it, but Joe's not supposed to. Yeah, so it's half joking, but like, if I had to say something to Cardi B, Joe's not just making that up. Joe is really cool with people at Atlantic. And I think this is another thing too. This is my opinion. Joe is cool. First of all, you don't have to listen to Joe that much. I never met the dude Mike Kaiser a day in my life until I was at backstage, or not backstage, in the
what
little...
Akademiks had to say about Atlantic and Joe possibly being in communication with Atlantic. And what's insane is that Joe has never claimed to be in contact with Atlantic. Even the other time that the Transformer was referring to, Joe said that, well, what record labels normally do. He did not say that that's what Atlantic told him. So it's the failure to comprehend in his in her head that's just like, oh my God, what is this? Now, it seems like another fan was also not happy about the Transformer lashing at her. She decided to be mean and decided to body shame this woman. And this woman read her down. Read her down to the point where she was deleting all the drakes that she thought she had. Okay, she was out there bragging, oh my God, I've got money, I've got this, you've never been to Paris. Like, when you listen to her talk, you're like, how old are you? Because all she brags about is money. And she was posting pictures of her and Offset sucking her, her girls. And I'm just like, why would you flex with a cheating husband? Like, this girl is insane, you guys. Deranged is the word. Like, why does she even bring offsets in these arguments? Like, do you have a fetish of embarrassing yourself? What is this? Is humiliation a thing for you? Because it seems like every single time you desire to humiliate yourself on the TL by bringing in this man in conversations when he's actually an angle for you getting dragged. You guys, this girl read it down. I'm just going to insert a snippet of what she had to say. And I was gagging. I was just like, whoa, wow, whoa, what's happening? It was bad, even on like the exchanges that they were typing to each other. This girl, you can tell she's an intellectual. And she was out there talking about, you know what? I work in corporate America. So you can't be coming out here trying to brag and say, oh, I make money or things. In her mind, because she was so stuck in that stripper lane, she really thought like there's no other way of making it in life except being a stripper. So now when she looks at herself as a female rapper making money, she thinks everybody else is struggling financially. That's what she thinks. To have being a female rapper is the only profession that's out there. That's why when she interacts with somebody, she's always assuming that people are financially struggling. And that's a go-to insult, which is very shallow and lame. I'm just going to insert that, you guys. That girl read it down, okay? That girl's like, you know what? My morals are still intact. We cannot say the same for you. And then she listed all the horrible things that the Transformer has ever done. And then she ended up, issuing a fake apology to her fans. And I was just like, girl, bye. Literally, bye. She was apologizing. The insanity of it all. I will just insert that, you guys, and I don't think after this read I will see you. So thank you very much, you guys, for watching, and thank you very much for making it this far. Part 2 of the dissection of what she was doing is going to come a little later, so do stay tuned for that. Until my next one, please do not forget to subscribe, you guys, and until my next one, see you.
Y'all may as well tag Cardi B, because I'm finna give it to her like she thinks she give it up. And before y'all start, no, she came and found my tweet after all the tweets that I was tweeting to praise her and chose that one, and she should have stood on it. Now, don't delete nothing because I'm just now seeing it and I just woke up and it hit the blogs. Yeah, you caught red-handed. All that backbiting you thought you was going behind Joe Budden and clearing him for, you doing the same thing. Don't throw no rock and hide your hand, Miss Mamas. It ain't an etch-a-sketch fucking world who could ever make me feel bad about my body. You done touched everything on you, and you still got so many insecurities because you can't keep your husband at home. You done pay for bitch beat up because they want to suck the same dick That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. It could be 4 stomachs. It could be 6 stomachs. It could be 7 stomachs. At the end of the day, you to sit there and pay for everything on you, and you still insecure. You still cannot keep yourself in the media selling sex, and the sex ain't going nowhere. It don't matter how much of a bad you think you are with them hard ass titties. At the end of the day, what was said about you is correct. Yo sitting around trying to make sure you keep your family intact, and your ass is still over here cussing out fans, delusional fans, when you're getting passed up by every single body around you. You call yourself this badass rapper, and you in this terrible ass 360 deal with Atlantic, when you need to be sitting around worried about how you gonna make sure these tracks hit the and stay, because even your peers are passing you up. It's no reason why Megan Thee Stallion is on tour right now, came out behind you, and you done did a #1 album, and yo can't even put out a actual single that stays on the charts longer than 2 weeks. So yeah, what I said was correct, and if it hit a nerve, that's too much. Maybe you need to get in the booth, and maybe you need to figure out how to get some records that are actually going to stay on the charts, and stop cussing out these fans who are kids that like you, acting like you so for your fans and y'all in a good relationship when you act real. You sat there and told them boys he was a fry, and it ain't me. So the next time you feel like you want to come for me, first of all, you better stand on what you said. You better stand on what you said, because I'm the bitch gonna give it to you. I don't give a like you want to pretend you are. I'm really that. Don't nobody look at me and question it. I don't care about your accomplishment, because next time you want to say something out your mouth, I'm gonna be right here to give it right back to you. Y'all may as well tag